Hi, welcome to Hacking AI channel. This channel was born to scratch my own itch. I couldn't find interesting examples or deep enough tutorials for machine learning subjects. And that's what Hacking AI is all about, building the future. In this episode, we'll focus on a framework called DSPy. This framework lets you optimize your LLM prompts. What are LLMs? LLMs are large language models like OpenAI's GPTs and Claude by Anthropic, and open source ones like Qwen and Llama. What are prompts? Prompts are textual templates that include whatever you're requesting from the LLM. It can be as simple as a question like, what is the capital of France? There is a whole paradigm of improving the results of prompts. It's called prompt engineering. And there are various ways to make your LLM dance to your flute. DSPy does that automatically for you. But not only that, by using it, your code will look much better. So I came for the prompt optimization, but I stayed because of the developer experience. Let's go over an implementation of LLM-based classifier in customer service domain. Companies usually have a customer support center. And for each conversation, they would be interested to understand what was the reason of contact of the customer. In this example, I will build a prompt with DSPy to achieve exactly that. So let's see. I have a link to this exact notebook, so don't worry about it. You don't need to remember anything. So this is the first part, defining the signature. DSPy is working with different classes. So this is the first one to recognize. You need to basically build a class and inherit DSPy signature. The signature contains the three most important things. It includes the main instruction, the inputs, and the outputs. So I added this instruction. After several iterations, this one's the best. Classify the custom message into one of the intent labels. Yada yada. So we have two inputs, a custom message. Each input, you can add a description. You don't have to, but I think it's better. Also for you and for the people reading it and for the LLM. So it's better all around. So I've added this description. There's another input, which are the labels. What are the different categories there are? And there's one output, which is the class. It should be chosen as one of the intent labels. How would you compare it with a prompt? Basically, you would do something like this. You know what? I will copy over a prompt I have nearby. You need to classify a custom message. So the prompt is similar to this one, of course. But you can see there are placeholders in here. And it is much more verbal. So this is what I meant when I said that your code will look much better with DSPy. Basically, this block of code looks much more readable. Like it has functional components. I can converse about it. Versus the regular prompt, which is basically a big blob of text, which is harder to manipulate, harder to change, and harder to maintain. Before running the LLM, we need to define which language model we're going to use. Oh, I spotted a typo. Nope. Yes. Currently, I'm using OpenAI as my backend. Great. Oops. It works. Now let's run a prediction. Wow, that was quick. That's why I chose GPT-4o Mini, because it's fast. and we got a prediction. This is a simplistic example, but I'm only trying to convey the different parts of DSPy. If I want to inspect what exactly went on, like with what was the actual prompt, I can inspect the history and you can view it here. And something great about it, that's this is the input and green is the output. Nifty. What if you wanted to slap some chain of thought on it? Chain of thought is a great pattern that improves overall LLM results. It's mostly known as think it as a step by step, but there are many ways to implement it. And what if you want to start using it? So you only create just another instance. Isn't that great? That's this feeling of modularity. There are different modules that you can use on top of whatever you're using now. And it's called a composition pattern. You can compose different things and then you're getting their capabilities. So that's it. I've ran it and now I have a rationale and a prediction. And I can inspect each one of them separately. And again, I can view the history. This is the output. And this is the step by step. I want to show you another thing. I don't only like to show the success. This was a failure. This produced sort of a bug. So that's was my first attempt. And you can see when you run the prediction, the intent class is all messed up. It contains some of the input as well, like the customer message. And then I actually used ChatGPT to debug it and figure out that I wasn't specific enough about the output. You can look at this, classify customer message versus this. The output should be only the predicted class as a single intent label. So adding this part, remove the bug. To summarize, DSPy is a great framework that made me feel like I'm a machine learning engineer again. I'm starting to integrate it in my work as well. In the next episode, we'll go over more complex use cases of actual optimization. How do you do that? Where do you save the eventual prompt? How do you load it? So, see you there. You can join my live streams on Twitch or Discord to continue this conversation. Thank you everyone, and see you in the next episode.